Today we will start up with MS Excel. And in MS Excel, we'll learn from basics to advanced. Okay. So why we should use MS Excel? We can work on tables in MS Word, but there is one limitation there that you can work with limited count of say rows or columns. But if you want to do a bulky data handling, then the best solution or best tool is Excel. Okay. So in Excel, like in Word, we call that document as a Word document as a document with more than one or more than one pages. Okay. But in Excel, we call a Excel document as a workbook, and in workbook there are more than one worksheets. Okay, so you can see here there is a grid of cells. Okay, you will see there are vertical rows and vertical columns and horizontal rows. Okay, so the combination of and vertical columns and horizontal rows where it crosses each other, it is called as a cell. So each, you can see over here, this is a cell. Okay, and what is moving right now is a cell pointer. Okay, and this plus sign, it is a mouse icon. So you will see here in a workbook, by default, there are 3 sheets. Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3. And one sign is there mentioning how to insert a new worksheet. Okay. So in a workbook, there are more than one worksheet. Okay. And each worksheet, if you are working in 2003 MS Office version, then it will have 65536 rows and 256 columns. But if you are working with higher versions, then you will find there are many number of rows and columns. So many means what I want to specify over here. 1048576 rows, and you can see the names of columns like XFD, how it comes in recurrence. You can see for, I can say, first sequence is A to Z, then AA, AB till AZ. Likewise, you can have AB, AC, and so on till XFD. Okay, so many columns are there in one worksheet. So you can see so many columns multiplied by 1048576 rows means one worksheet. Like this, you can keep minimum 16 worksheets in a Excel workbook. So you can just imagine how much bulky data you can work with. Okay, so now we'll see the environment right now where we are. So this is the cell pointer. So here you can see it is mentioning something like this, XFD. So the first starting alphabets are the column numbers. So here the column number is XFD and row number is what? 1048575. So here you can see it is located. So you can say it is like a GPS tracker of your Excel worksheet. If you want to locate where your this thing is, cell pointer is. So how you will find it? By the location here. See, I have changed the location. It is now XEL1048556. Now I'm at any place or at any cell in sheet 1 and I want to reach first cell, first column. So I am pressing the key as combination of control plus home key. So see, wheresoever I was, my cell pointer has shifted it to A1. So this is the beauty of it. Okay. If I am doing pressing control and down arrow key, I am going to the last row. If I am pressing control and up arrow key, it will go to the first row. If I am pressing control and left arrow key, it will go to last column. And if I'm going pressing control and left arrow key, then it will come to the first column. Okay. So likewise, you can navigate in your one worksheet. Okay. Now here you can see three options are there. This is normal, this is page layout, and this is web, or you can say page break preview. So generally, if you're working, you should have this type of view mentioning just a white grid. And if you are seeing with the page break preview, so here you can see the moment I have clicked page layout, a dotted line is visible. So as per the page setting of your this MS Excel, you will find that that number of row or column are included in first page. Then this is the next page. Likewise, you can see vertical and horizontal dotted lines are visible. Okay. So it indicates that this is first page, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth, and so on. Okay. So these are the things. Then if I want to select a complete column, how I will do? I'll just take the mouse pointer and just bring it on the label of it. So while bringing, I'll just click. The complete column is selected. Okay, you can see here. Now, if I want to select the row, I'll just bring on the row label and just click on it. So you can see that complete row is selected. Okay, so likewise, you can select the row as well as column. Okay, now we'll just create certain data in it. So I'm writing serial number, name, class, marks 1, or I can say subject 1. Now I want marks of subject 1, then subject 2, then subject 3, then subject 4, and subject 5. So see what I have written. If I am having a list with increasing number, so see by default, if I have pressed here subject 1 and just brought my mouse pointer on the small dot over here and just click to its range, wherever how much I have required there. So you will see automatically the increments are created. Okay. Now I'm putting here total, then average. Okay. Now I'll put 1, 2. And I'm very lazy to make the entries of suppose 100, or you can say 100 would be more to type right now. So I'll make the entries like 1, 2, and I'll just make it 20 entries. So you can see what I have done. I have typed 1, I have typed 2, I have selected the both and just dragged them till here. Okay. So it will give me the order in which the first two numbers are created. Okay. So I'll just put the names. For your just explanation, I am putting A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K L M N O P. Now you might have thought, ma'am, can we have this AB? Yes, we can see. No. For numbers, it gives the increment, not for alphabets. You have to yourself type it. If you have created the list of that particular sequence, then you can type it. But otherwise, no. So P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now one more thing. I have a count available till Z, and numeric count is till T. So what I'll do, I'll just select the 2 and double click on it. So till Z, you have seen automatically the contents are filled. Okay, so likewise also you can, instead of doing the manual typing of each number, you can make the list like this. Okay, now we'll create class. Suppose it is sem1 and I want all are of sem1. So what I have done, see, I have 3 choices. First is what I have done, I have just selected this and then drop till the rows or till the cells I want that content. I have selected that and I have pressed Control D, CTRL plus D. Okay, so this is one option. Another one is I have just clicked and dragged. I want that single value in all the cells. So this is another option. Okay. Now I'm just typing the marks. So one random combination I have created. Now what I'm doing, I have selected them and just copying it and randomly I am pasting it. Just to fill up the contents, I am doing that. Okay. So now it is not being pasted. Why? Because I have overwritten the contents being copied. Okay. So it will be pasted till time it is selected with a dotted line. See, like this. Okay. It will be selected. I've selected some different one. Now these number of cells are excess. What I'll do, I'll select the rows. How I have selected? There are 3 options. One is I can manually drag and drop the arrow and just do it from the keyboard, or select the rows, or just come here and using the shift and arrow key button, then I can select and just delete it. Okay. So these are some of the ways I can remove the contents. Okay. Now this data is ready. Now we'll see how we can apply the alignment. For numbers, by default, it will have the right alignment. For text, it will have by default the left alignment. Uh, Here also you can see numbers are in the right alignment. So now we will see how many alignments and how you can manage those alignments in this particular cells. Okay. So I want center alignment for this column. So how I will have it selected from here, I am applying center. Okay. From here, I want for name, I want the left alignment as it is, then I'll keep it as it is. Or if I want it on center, it is center. Class is left alignment, and these subjects, they all, now more than one column I need to have center alignment. So what I did, I clicked on one column and just hold the mouse and just select multiple columns and then click on center alignment. So these contents are center of center alignment. Okay. Now here you will see if I increase the row size, how I increased. See, just by on coming at the border line of that particular row label, my arrow changes into two-sided arrow. So what I'll do, if I'm just clicking and dragging it, the size of that row increases. Same is for the column size also. Okay. If I want to shrink that column as per the contents, what I'll do, I'll bring the uh, pointer at the column. See here, that border line is there, and I'll click double click over here. I have clicked double click. So as per the contents of that column, the columns manages it. See here, for name, same is for class. So by double clicking on the borders of the column, you can do these things. Now for rows, I have double clicked and the original required size was achieved. Excessive excessive space was managed. Okay. Now here you are seeing we have seen the vertical alignments. Now we will see the horizontal alignments. So in this cells, you will see all the contents are at bottom line alignment. Okay. Now if I click on this, you can see the contents are shifted to the middle or center alignment. And if this is the thing, then I have selected the top alignment. So when we are working with Excel contents, as per the representation, we should be very careful. Instead of putting extra enter keys, we can manage the alignment as per the table from this. This is top alignment, this is center alignment, and this is bottom alignment. Okay. Now, this is a cell. Okay. And I'm making, suppose see, I want a row inserted above this headings. So what I'll do, I'll click on one, that complete row is selected, and right click and click on insert. So it will, how many rows I have selected? One. So how many rows are inserted? One. Okay. Suppose if I am selecting 4 or 5 rows, then, and I am right click on it and click on insert. So those many rows are selected and inserted. Okay. Same is for columns. If I am selecting single column and click on insert, to the left of it, the column is inserted. If I am selecting more than one column, then, and click on insert, those many number of columns are inserted. Okay. Now what I have done, I have clicked on undo option. So doing undo, see here, this is the option over here, that back arrow. You can see so many undo you can do in that sequence. Okay. So till here, we are done with alignments and how to insert and um, insert rows and insert columns. Okay. Now suppose I want to insert, I have selected this, and in between I want to insert a column. What I'll do, first option is right click, insert. By default it will insert. Okay. one more option is there with me. I'll go to insert menu. Sorry. I'll go to home menu, and from here I'll click on insert. So now here it will ask me whether I want to insert columns, insert a new sheet, or insert cells. So I'll select insert sheet column. It has inserted the sheet column. If I want to insert a row, I have selected a row. I'll click on insert. Now it is asking me, should I insert the sheet rows? I have clicked on it. It will insert the sheet. Now I have inserted extra column in between. Maybe it is by mistake and I want to remove that column. How I will remove? I'll select that. Suppose first I'll demonstrate for row, then for column. So I've selected the row. I'll click on delete now. So it is asking me delete cells, delete rows, or delete sheet. So I'm clicking on delete rows. So the moment I click on delete rows, automatically that row gets deleted. Now I'll select the column. I'll click on delete sheet columns. So that particular column is deleted. Okay. Now I want not that complete column or complete row should be deleted, but 2 or 3 cells should be deleted. Now, deletion means, do you want to remove the contents only or shift the contents of some other cell at that particular location? Means what? Just by pressing the delete button will clear the contents from that particular cell. But that is not my purpose. My purpose is what? The contents adjacent to that should replace the existing position. If I want to do that, then I have to delete the cells. How I will delete? First option is right click, delete. It will ask me. Now I have selected specific count of cells. So it will ask me entire row or entire column. I don't have a choice for entire row and entire column right now. Now I want to delete only the cells. So now it asks me, should I shift the cells up or should I shift the cells left? Means what? I'll just color these cells so that you will have that idea. I'll make it yellow and these cells as red. Okay. So now I'm deleting these cells. Delete. Now shift cells up. What happened? The cells below, the count of cells that I have deleted are replaced by the cells adjacent to it, but adjacent just below to it. Okay. They are replacing the existing contents. And now you will see the space is emptied at the bottom because the cells has shifted up. Okay. Now, suppose I have selected by Control Z, I am getting to the back position. Now again, I am selecting that and clicking on delete. And now I am clicking shift cells left. So I'll click on shift cells left. Now you'll see the adjacent space is covered by the yellow cells and the space is created over here. Okay. So as per your requirement, you can remove the contents of the cell. You can delete the cells and replace the contents by the adjacent cells. If you are doing this, be careful what option you are selecting. Either shifting the cells to left or shifting the cells to right or up or bottom. Okay. So be careful for it. Now, if suppose I am removing this complete 12 and 13, okay, I'll just select, I'll cut from here and I want to add this before 23. See what I have done? I have selected the cells, I have cut it and before 23 I want it. So what I'll do? I'll right click, insert cut cells. So see, from 11, 12 and 13 are directly shifted to here without overwriting any of the contents. So how I did this? I have selected the contents, right click, cut, select the location where you want to shift the contents and right click, Now I'll click on insert cut cells. So likewise, you can see the complete selection gets merged and the cells that are emptying the space over there, like 12, 13, they should empty the space after 11, but that is covered up by 14 onwards, and a space is created before 23, and that particular new cells are merged with it. So like this also you can manage your contents and get the things done. Same is for, I have cut these cells and now I want to insert it. So insert cut cells. So the things are, it is not, it gets managed. Okay. Okay. So likewise, you can manage the contents. Now, very important thing that I want to discuss with you over here is, I want to insert a row. I'm inserting it. Okay. Generally, what we do, I want center details as certificate course on technical digital skills. Okay. Now you will see that one cell I have typed like this and it is shown in that particular corner. So generally what we do, we just press the space bar and manage the things such that it looks or it comes in the center. Please don't do that. What you do, I'm just removing the extra spaces not needed for that. Okay. This is the content. I am selecting all the columns, all those cells. It should be spreaded along. And from there, I have selected merge and center. So see, the contents are accurately at the center of your alignment. So likewise, you can do it in a very efficient and comfortable way. Okay. Then if the contents are like this, click on merge center and manage the location you want. If you want it manually, you can put it. But this is not solving the purpose. Better you select the contents, click on merge and center and get the things properly aligned. Your document should be properly presentable. Okay. Now, what we will do, we will select this column. I want to make it bold, italic, underline. You can see these are the same options that we have worked with in MS Word. Okay. Here from you can select the font you want to apply with. I like Cambria, so I have selected Cambria. You can manually apply the size over here, or otherwise you can just by managing the up arrow and down arrow from here, you can increase the size or decrease the size as per the cell contents. Now here you are seeing that they are overlapping. So what I'll do, I'll select all the columns and double click on it. So just by one double click, all the contents are managed as per the maximum capacity of that particular column. So now the contents become more presentable. The cells, the columns become more presentable. Okay. Now we will see, these are the headings. Okay. I'll right click on it, click on format cells. So now in this format cells, you can see there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 tabs. Okay. So out of these tabs, the most important that we will work with are the two, number and alignment. Rest we can see on the this thing ribbon also. But if you want, you can go through the dialog box also. So number is it is having general, so it will have no specific file number format. But if I am selecting number as the format of that cell, see here, I'll select 34, this cells. Okay, right click it and then format cells. And here from I'm selecting number, and now I'm putting some decimal places. So see, the moment I put decimal places, it is showing in formatting. In cell here, in formula bar, you can see it is showing me 34. But in actual look format, it is showing me 34.00. So it will be reflected in your, you can say, printing. But actual value is shown here in the formula bar. Okay. Now I want to do the right click, format cells. Now I want it like it is having currency. So for Indian currency, the symbol is rupee wala. So I have selected that. Okay. And it will look like this. Okay. So now you can see every column is having the prefix of rupee symbol. Again, I'm doing right click, format cells. If I want to have accounting. So in accounting, what happens in currency C? It is showing just the rupee symbols. They can have the direct impact of it. Okay. But in currency symbols, all the decimal points are managed like this. See, rupee sign is here and the number are formatted as per decimal points. Okay. So I hope you got the difference between this currency. You can see it is just adjacent to it, and in accounting it is managed like this. Okay. Now date type. Okay, I'll just put some dates over here. 12 April 2024. Okay. So see, it looks like this with a dash in between and 4 digits for year. Okay. So now I'll just click and drag. So you can see the date is increased. Now I have selected the contents, right click on it, format cells. In date, this pattern is visible. I'll transform it to this. Now you can see it is replaced with April as a month. Okay. So you in cell, it is showing that value only. But actual may, when it will be printed, it will be printed in this. Okay. So as per the need, as per the utility, you can just select the appropriate file format of that particular cell and get your task done. Okay. Now this is one type. Suppose I want this pattern, I can select this. Along with the date, I'm having the day also. So like this, you can go for the required format. So see, I have not manually typed there, but MS Excel helps me out to manage that particular types that you can say type of that particular cell content. Okay, and its representation. Then this is for date. Then we'll see for the next format cells. Now we are done with date. Same we can go for time also. Just for your reference, I'm typing 12. Okay. So this is indicating my time. It's 12.00.00. Okay. So now I'll do the right click, format cells. It is showing me hours and minutes pattern. I want hours, minutes and seconds pattern. So see, it is showing me that. I'm asking it to show AM and PM. So now you can see it is showing me AM and PM. If the clock is 24-hour clock, it will show accordingly. So likewise, you can have the pattern from here. Okay. Now this is for date. Now suppose if you are taking in the percentage. So right click, format cells, percentage. So now till how much decimal places we want the percentage. Accordingly, it will show the 0.00. Okay. So I'm clicking on it. So this much is the percentage. Percentage data type means that into 100. Okay. So 34 into 100. So this will be the data type. Format cells. I want fraction. So up to how many digits I want that fraction? Up to 1 by 4. That is 0.25, or likewise up to 2 digits, up to 0.5. So whatever you will select from here, accordingly it will work. Okay. So it will have the fraction up to that much digit. I'm writing by 30. So 1 by 34 will generate me this number. Okay. Then I have selected format cells. Now I want to have it as a text. So the moment I select text, what will happen? These two, what I have selected with, will have the alignment. See, by default it is center. I'll make it left. Wait, just a second. I'll make it uh, general general. Okay. And right click. Now I'll make it text. So this complete numbers, they are now in the text format. So if I write 67, you can see it will give me or pop up some information or thing. See here, the number in this cell is formatted as text. So should it be considered like that, or do you want to have some other value for it? So if I don't want this as a text, what I'll do, I'll make it format number. And for decimal places, I'll make it 0. So it is now number. Okay. So like this, you can select all the data types you want and work for it. Okay.